Well, here's a new edition of the car they once said Hyundai couldn't make fly. I guess if it deserves a second generation, they proved them wrong. Here's the new Genesis. Overall, you're seeing a fresher, modern design to my eye, especially in the cabin. Things are just kind of less gaudy and ornate. On that face, do I see a touch of 2014 Mercedes S-Class? May as well copy the best. Overall, the car is the same length, nose to tail, but they've pushed the axle line of the wheels, the wheelbase, about 3 inches further apart. Shorter overhangs should make for a little better space inside as well. There's a revised head unit on that touchscreen that I can't wait to get my hands on, but can't really analyze that here at the show. In terms of engines, still a 3.8 V6 and a 5-liter V8. The V8 carries over, but the V6 is interesting. They've actually reduced the horsepower substantially, but increased the torque. A refreshing admission that that's how people actually drive cars, not revving them to 7,000 RPM between the gears, but lumping along at 2,000 or 3,000 RPM all the time. Like many cars at the show here, they're making extensive use of aluminum and high-strength steel. In this case, not to save weight, but to have the same weight that they had before, but much greater stiffness. There's a big one for those of you who live in the snow. This car can now be had with all-wheel drive, not just the rear wheels driven. That's going to open up to a potentially much larger market. All kinds of technology gizmos have been refreshed on this, primarily in the driver assistance area, including automatic braking, adaptive cruise, head-up display, lane departure, and all those things that you have to have in this class. Here's an interesting one, though. This is a great car to get a muffler leak in. It's got a CO2 detector that will detect levels of that gas in the cabin. If they get too high, it blows in more fresh air from outside. I have no idea why they came up with that. This car should be around $38K or so base in the V6 version, so keeping it below that $40,000 psychological mark. We'll see it in the spring.